Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. So, guys, today's reading, three cards right here have come up multiple times recently. And one of them is forgiveness, and the other one is following your heart. And then we have the raven. And so, there's a theme that is going and running concurrently, probably in many of our lives. We're going through the same sort of thing, so many of us. As we see the first card over here, the wheel, the one thing that is constant in this world is change. Everything is energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, it just constantly changes form. And that's what we're seeing. We've also been talking about the ending of a dark age, and now we are stepping into, transitioning into an age of much more enlightenment than what we have had. The world is changing all around us, and we see, Mother Earth washing away so much right now with the incessant rains, with the earth changes. Some of it is probably manufactured, but also a lot of it is probably a natural process as well. And so there's a lot of processes going on right now deep within us. So, of course, one of the keys to ascension and ascending is forgiveness. Forgiveness of others, but also forgiveness of yourself. Again, this is a time period where we must be constantly letting go of that which no longer serves us. Could be that some things that were so dear to you and that you enjoyed so much, loved so much, and were a key part of your life no longer are serving you. And it could be things, it could be places, it could even be people. And they're no longer serving your best interests. So it's time to recognize what pulls you up, recognize what pulls you down, and to let go of anything that's withholding you from becoming the very best person you could be in this life and living this life to its fullest. And when that is centered around helping others, it also will lift you up. So as you're thinking about how can I better, serve myself and live a more fulfilling life, also think about, well, what can I do that's going to help the world and help others? What have I learned that I could share that might help others along their path and their way as well? And of course, when we follow our heart, we're following our bliss, and usually we're following our purpose in this life, or at least in some way, shape, or form. The raven is talking to us about listening to the other side, because there are those on the other side that are always ready, willing, and able to give us guidance if we will but take the time to still the mind and open up to letting them give their advice, to letting them give their inspirations. As we look at the card, the muse, the inspiration's there. It's just a matter of allowing ourselves the time to feel it, to sense it. And this is a time of tremendous changes. It's so easy to get wrapped up and just have your left brain just constantly be going, saying the same old things every day, car payment, rent, mortgage, how am I going to afford this? How am I going to afford that? So many relationships are changing right now. So many relationships are ending and new ones are beginning that will bring more blessings to you. And often it can be painful to let a relationship go, but often it's just something that has to happen when we are no longer, to use a biblical term, equally yoked, as everybody is not progressing at exactly the same speed in the ascension process. Some are progressing much faster than others, and others are having a hard time letting go of things that no longer serve them. So Viracocha is the creator god and is light itself. And so when we're seeing this, we're recognizing that there's this beautiful creative power that lies within all of us to manifest a beautiful destiny and to help each other as we go along the way. Again, the sources of light and love and peace are all around us, and we just simply have to ask for their help And don't be afraid to ask for help and guidance. And take time consistently to go within. As we see number 36 there, Ascended Master Mataji and Crimson Cuprite. It's relief and repair. So many of us are worn out in body, mind, and spirit. So many of us are worn out because of many different things going on, including 5G, including what's being sprayed in the skies, including the ascending energies, and perhaps not being able to purge and release and let go of the things that we need to let go of at a quick enough rate. So it's wearing us out in so many ways. We need to take the time to make sure that we are able to heal and to rest and recoup from everything that is bombarding us. And that includes perhaps unplugging at times, as several that I've talked to recently, as far as family members, EEA family members, have taken time to just say, hey, I'm taking a week, I'm unplugging, I'm not looking at my phone, the computer, or anything. And me personally, I keep seeing travel trailers and just this huge desire to get out in the middle of a woods somewhere, to just get away from things. And especially now when it's cold and in the 40s and lately damp here, which is surprising. It's so easy to wish to be somewhere warm and perhaps tropical in a nice wooded setting and kind of unplugged. It would be so beautiful because there is so much stress that is put on us. And there's studies that have shown that every time we look at our phone, for instance, it's giving us a cortisol response in the body. It's the fight or flight system that is getting activated because we're taking in too much right now. We're being bombarded with so much as 5G is about to, roll out in ever increasing numbers. Even those people that don't pay attention to things, those people that we call asleep, are waking up and recognizing that there might be a problem developing with an overstimulation of all these energies around us. So the next card over is Jagannath, and that's basically symbolizing worldly power, devotion to Krishna. And when we're talking about Krishna, we're talking about the Christ energy, Christ consciousness, and also the energy of Vishnu, which is the preserver of the universe. And don't doubt it that there are powerful forces of love and light that are here to help preserve things. So even though we're going through a period of apparent destruction and catastrophes throughout the world, there are forces that are actively engaged in the battle against the forces of negativity, entropy, and destruction. And they're trying to do just the opposite. They're trying to allow us the opportunity to grow and still preserve what can be preserved of our natural world. And ultimately, things will rebound and balance will be restored, because this has been such an out of balance world. When we look at the Eight of Wands, we see there's so much power and natural forces available to us right now. We are all tapping into a much higher level of natural power and energy that is going to be available to us. And honestly, I have to share with you guys that we have been doing a lot of distance energy work, and it's been amazing the results that we're getting. It seems as if everything is so amplified, but we're going up in vibrations. We're becoming more energetic and less dense in so many ways. This is going to amplify our ability to heal ourselves and heal each other. And so, the dark forces, they understand this, and that's why they're doing a full court press right now to try to maintain control over us and this world situation. But they're losing their grip because we are growing more powerful every single day. And so we have to understand that, and we have to understand deep down what each of our individual missions are in this life. And it can be hard to determine that, especially as it can change. And perhaps for a time, you go away from something that you were doing and loving, And it's because a new opportunity developed, and maybe it even surprised you that it developed. And now perhaps it's run its course, and it's time for you to reassess and to say, what is truly important to me in this life, and what do I value the most, and what am I going to be the happiest in contributing to the world? And so it's imperative for us to spend the time going within for those answers, because you're not going to get them from an external source. They can only come from within. And so we see the power card next to that, and that is what we need to reclaim, is our own individual power and authority. We can tell the powers that be that no, I don't have to believe in any one prescribed system, whether it's philosophical, political, religious, you name it. I could be my own unique person, and in the sense basically tell them to kind of go take a jump, take a hike, because I'm going to make my own decisions and lead my own life. I'm not going to conform to anybody's vision of who I should be, and claim your own power. And when you do that, we see the abundance card right there, stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Abundance is just waiting for us. It's just a matter of us tapping into what our higher self, source, prime creator wants us to do in this life. And so one of the strongest things you can do is tap into your higher self. And the only way you could do that is through stillness, is through taking the time to allow yourself to clear out all the clutter that the world brings to your mind, and do that on a regular basis. Connect within. And then we see the King of Earth, which is a successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're afforded and offered, the Midas touch. So when we are connected to the higher self, it's as if everything we touch turns to gold. And we have such power to manifest when we get in touch with our true will, our true desires, not those of somebody else imposed upon us, as so happens in this society. So there again, we can only find that when we take the time to go within. So my friends, as always, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for your support on Patreon and Ko-Fi. I look forward to your comments. God bless, and namaste.